And I think if we can do that and, we'd stay stronger over the ball for a lot longer, I think we'll be okay.
So thanks for your time.
Start of the second half at Scoresby Recreation Reserve. It's the Redbacks by 5 points. And that man, Ben Power, has been dominant in the ruck all day, winning the tap once again. It looks as if we'll have a secondary bounce as Joel Thompson is claimed for the Magpies. As I said, good crowd in, spring-like conditions this afternoon. 18 degrees the top. Tap won by Diezzo on that occasion, and he follows it up, roves his own ruck with the hand pass to Thompson, and they're away here, the Magpies. Duncan tries to break the tackle. He was unsuccessful. Brilliantly done by Grierson. Wins the free kick for holding the ball on the outer side. So Grierson, between left half back and centre wing, looks towards the true centre wing position, but popping up and floating across his bronze geese, takes the mark, looks towards centre half back. Chadwick, his bold fellow teammate, gets the hand pass away to Duncan, and they transition the ball through the corridor here, the Magpies. Falls into the arms of Hicks. That was of the Ryan variety. He's gang tackled, besieged, and will have yet another bounce between half forward and centre wing for the Maggies.
One thing Ringwood have been able to do is they've been able to make Scoresby overuse the ball compared to what they did in the first quarter. They were first quarter with one handball kick. This time, the 2 or 3 handballs, which gives them the chance to lay the tackle.
Well, bursting through a one tackle and not the second was Bradley Jones for the Magpies, but he's got a high free kick here against Mitch Farmer, who's then trying to play for his own from Daniel GSO, but the umpire said, come on boys, let's move on the game. So Jones goes looking for Milligan. He just missed his target, and running it out there is McCann, pushing it towards the boundary line, and he'll get it across for a boundary throw and inside the Scoresby forward 50. So got a minute and a half here in the third term. Redbacks by 5 points. Toss it in. So Power and DSO, been a good battle. Power won the tap despite being shoved out of the way. DSO got the crumb and handballed it off. And a nice little drilling ball finds Dale Hare on the lead. A set play, that one, you'd suggest. Beautiful little play from the Scoresby Magpies. DSO out there, got his own footy on the ground. Little handball, it looked like it was to Hicks, who's a left foot driller. Found Dale Hare, who yet to kick a goal today. Hicked it behind in the first term, but has done some good things when he's got near it. Skinny little player, but he's a dynamic forward, and his kick off the boot is there. So the Magpies get the first blood in the second half. They are back in front. They're 7-5-47. Ringwood is 7-4-46. 2.5 minutes gone in this third term. Tim Fitzsimons.
He's one player that Scoresby will really hope get into this game in this second half. He's their leading goal scorer by quite a long way, I think. And he's been a bit quiet early, but we saw there. He's a beautiful kick for goal as well, which really helps.
It's such a mental game, football. In this quarter, we've seen already Scoresby much more willing to bring the ball back into the corridor just because they believe they have a little bit of breeze assistance, where in that second term they really went into their shells and went defensive on the outer side of the ground, and it didn't pay any effect for them at all.
Power won the tap. It's 1 point the difference on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Blythe provides the clearance. It was only a slight little kick, only went the distance at 10 metres. I think Grierson was claimed, and Scoresby have the momentum, and they can work it forward with the clearance laterally towards the broadcast wing. The mark's taken by Hare once again. He's come to life in this third term. Wheels onto the left foot, sends a probing ball inside 50, and an uncontested ball taken by Krawczyk, and he copped one in the process. That'll be 25, and it might be a bit more than that too.
He's got a yellow here, Daniel Atwell. That is very much called for. That was
ugly.
Yeah, that's just get off the ground, young fella. There's not much you can say for that.
It was an old-fashioned coat hanger, and it'll be costly for Ringwood.
Is he taking his name here, the umpire? Is he on report? He's getting the pen out of his sock. So it suggests that's a report for striking.
Well, it wasn't necessary, was it? I know it probably was in the contest, but it still wasn't necessary.
Yeah. Scott Lang will also be disappointed. Went to ground there, which allowed for that mark. Defensive 50.
Yeah. So
good build-up by the Magpies, though. They're looking
Dale Hare coming to life in this second half. Already kicked a goal and set up another one here as Krawczyk will jump in and kick his second, mate.
Well, it's a gimme goal from 5 metres out. Krawczyk provides a 7-point buffer for the Magpies, and they're looking good in this third term. Early going, of course, on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. It Scoresby 8-5-53, Ringwood 7-4-46.
Well, the Magpies have come out to play, Frosty, as we asked them to. Can they maintain it?
It's just they need to take the game on. They can't go into their shells like they did in that second quarter and play that outer side of the ground and just try and play that defensive style of footy. It doesn't work for them. They need to be playing that attacking brand of footy, try and move the ball through the centre of the ground, because when they do, they're so much more venomous and potent, that Tim.
Yeah, you're right. They just shouldn't. They can't let the wind take into account the way they're going to play.
Well, we're back in the middle. A quick fire double from the Magpies. As they toss it up, DSO won the tap ahead of Power. Chadwick came through, but shoved out of the way by Farmer, who then got sat on by Duncan, or Hicks, sorry, and it's no free kick. It was Duncan initially, so I should have trusted myself. I didn't. So, tossed up again by Sully. Power and DSO. Power won the tap this time. Blackburn's there. He's been pretty good. And he's wrapped up straight away by Bradley Jones. So the Magpies have started well. Ringwood just holding it up here.
Something that Brett Rose identified, Burmeister's now tagging Chadwick around stoppages with an arm across him, stopping his run at the contest. And that's a good move there from Ringwood. So
Farmer taking in a tackle. We're going to go again with the ball up. So it should affect Chadwick's output as Power win this tap down towards the running Jackson. He missed it. Blackburn came through, didn't have the footy, no free kick. Hands and knees as Duncan gets a quick left foot kick around the corner. On the run is Milligan. He shoved up past it. Well done there by the Ringwood defender. Running onto it now for the Magpies is Richards. His little left foot ball over the top was looking for Hare. But it went over the top of him and Tim Wack and out of bounds for a boundary throw in left forward pocket for the Magpies, who were doing all the attacking early in this third term.
Last time these two sides met back in round 7.
Fred Gill.
Yes, Ringwood by 6 goals that day. Scoresby haven't lost a game since. Of course, Ringwood yet to lose a game this season. They're back in motion once again. Neither ruckman won the tap. Snap out of the pack there by Wade McConnell is wide and only a minor score. So Scoresby move on to 8-6-54. Ringwood 7-4-46. 6.5 gone third term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Anthony McCann to bring it back in for the Redbacks. Been a good ball user. And this kick's no different. Finds Jack Blythe on the chest.
He's been good.
He has been very good. Doesn't stop running, Jack Blythe. Talented sportsman. Left foot down the line. Looking for, well, was Jacobs. But the mark's been taken by Bronze Geese, who swings around the left foot. Always wanted his left boot. And his mongrel punt floats inside forward 50, but finds Nathan Hicks, who Frosty Bird nailed on as the best set shot in the game. And he's going to go back. We know he likes the quick fire, so if you've got any comments, chuck them in now.
Notch the goal up already. Put it in your
Notch it up. Here he goes. He's kicked 3-2 today from just inside the arc. Off the boot. He likes it.
Oh.
There, Frosty. Oh, lucky I've got the permanent marker. 4 goals, 2 for Nathan Hicks. The Scoresby Magpies kicked 3 in the first 8 minutes here. They're 9-6-60. Ringwood 7-4-46. 8 minutes gone in this third term. Damien Watson, Tim Fitzsimons.
Yeah, I think Bronze Geese was massive there. He reads the ball so well from behind the ball, and he's been prominent, really stopping a lot of the Ringwood attacks by just being in the right position, and his ball use pretty much for most of the day has been very good.
It's a well-directed mongrel punt too, wasn't
yeah.
it?
And he's the anti-Ben Brown, Nathan Hicks. Ben Brown still be walking back. He's already kicked the goal. We're back in the middle.
So
got somewhere to be after the game.
14-point lead to the Maggies. They have all the momentum on their side in front of their home fans. Diezzo won the tap, roved his own footy, couldn't quite get a clear possession away. At the bottom of the pack is Mitch Farmer. He's besieged upon by a couple of Maggies. We'll have a secondary bounce. As I said, round 7, it was Ringwood prevailing quite easily over Scoresby, 6 goals the margin. You suspect it'll be a bit closer today. Diezzo again, roving his own footy and working hard. Gets the clearing kick towards the outer wing. Overrunning the football there is Lucas. Scoresby have the chance at ground level there is Paravicini. Couldn't quite get an effective possession away, and as a consequence, the Redbacks are away on the counter-attack. Cairns looks towards left half forward. The ball evades a couple of Scoresby players. Richards, one of them, and falls over the line in front of the Ringwood bench. Pleasant atmosphere here at Scoresby Recreation Reserve. Good crowd in attendance. We said earlier today this is Scoresby's best chance to knock off Ringwood and inflict their first defeat of the season. It's looking good so far. Quick kick out of the pack there by Dite towards goal. It's only a minor score, so Ringwood push ever closer. They're 7-5-47, trailing Scoresby 9-6-60. Almost 10 minutes gone third term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Adam Brongeese to bring the ball back in. Scoresby looking better when they take it on. So, be expecting that for the rest of the game. So he goes out towards his coach's box side, and that's a great kick. One step out and finds the hands of Mitchell Walker. Another left foot up. He goes further down the line, looking for the target of Krosic, who punches it down towards his man who was pinned by 2 tacklers there. Bursting away with it was Calvin Gregg. He gave it to Blackburn, who handballed it over the top, but it's intercepted by Duncan. Blackburn slaps it forward again. Toby Richards is there, and coming through and taking over the boundary line is Anthony McCann for the Redbacks.
I think it was Greg there in the congestion, broke through past 2 tackles and able to give the handball off.
Yeah. Kelvin Gregg playing like Keith Gregg.
Definitely not Matt Gregg, former Vermont full forward.
Or Calvin Templeton.
Tapped down by Ben Power. Found Burmeister. He's tagging Chadwick in this second half. His kick, no one really wanted it on the full, but McCann's going to run on the bounce. The bounce has done him though. Handball quickly back by Jonathan Roberts to Jones, who found Brongies on the left foot. George knew it, but he got the ball through to Roberts in time. His left foot kick is good to Dale Hare, who's been really good in this third term. He swings on the left foot, and the wind might take this towards the boundary line, but it's a great kick. And on the second take, it's a good mark from Mark Williams. This is good play from the Magpies. Williams holds up a little bit and swings inside forward 50. Who's it to? Korjic will have a fly. Couldn't get it on the second bounce. Hicks is there again. Dribble kick's not going to go in, or is it? Oh, McCann rushes it. And we get through for a behind. Oh, he panicked a little bit, Anthony McCann. Scoresby 9-7-61. Ringwood 7-5-47. 10 minutes gone, third term.
Great work right there by Dale Hare. Was the last line on the up forward there for Scoresby, and he was the one that delivered the ball from centre wing.
McCann, the designated kicker, looks towards centre half back. Big flyers contest. It falls to ground. Chadwick couldn't quite take it on the bounce. Good effective disposal there from Grierson. Forced it towards the outer wing. Trying to break through the tackle there is Callanan, and the Redbacks are away inside 50. It's a one-on-one contest. The race is on. Jordanov leads in it in the pocket. Can't quite keep it in play. We'll have a ball in deep inside the forward pocket for the Redbacks. So 14 points to margin on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 1 versus 2 in Division 3. Baronia hot on the heels of Scoresby, so a win today will be a real fillip for Scoresby's season. They can knock off the top of the table Redbacks. Set in motion once again. Tap one by Jared Hicks. Blackburn may have been taken high. Umpire calls play on as Jones affects the hand pass out wide. They have space on the broadcast side of the Magpies if they can work it out. That's good evasion by Hicks onto the right foot. Sends it long towards the Hare direction. Went over his head. It's on the half-forward flank. He can't quite keep it in play. And Hare runs it over the line in front of his opponent in whack. We'll have a ball in 40 out from the Scoresby goal.
So they're taking the game on there from Scoresby. Isn't what we saw in that second quarter, was it, Pete?
No, definitely not. They really went into their shells, where this term they've come out full of intent, and it's showing on the scoreboard for them.
They are kicking with that wind, of course, the Magpies. They lead by 14 points here, 9-7 to 7-5. So it'll be thrown in. Burmeister with it. Farmer now on Chadwick, but the tap there from Williams, who's giving away a fair bit high, but he read it best. It's come out now, and Greg just slammed it on the left boot. Where's it going to fall? Owen Chadwick does well to control the ball below his knees and handballs out to Jones. Bradley Jones down his left boot, swings it towards half forward, but that's going to go out and full with the wind. Nice little touch there from that man over there. That little puppy, he's going to get a kick. Back over to the big boy, James Shambrook, who brings it in for the Redbacks. His kick's over the top, pressure. Greg's got enough time though. Hicks was circling, looking for his fifth. And now Greg runs away with a bounce and goes bang on the left shoe. But his kick's gone straight to Walker there. Walker dropped the mark, but does well and gets the second effort. Handball over top to Milligan, who hooks it around the body. It's all Redbacks down here except for Hare. Hare does well, brought it to ground. Greg tries to take a mark. He will get a high. No, he won't. Mark Williams has wrapped him up. And the umpire, Hugo Morgan, says, no, you dropped your knees there, son.
Played for the free kick and didn't come.
And it didn't come. So it's going to be a ball up at the top of the Scoresby goal square. Power to go up against Mark Williams. Williams won the tap. Chadwick's there, but he's wrapped up by his adversary, Calvin Gregg. And we're going to go again. Ball hasn't moved. Magpies 9-7. Redbacks 7-5. Thrown up again. Power this time just slaps it away, and Whack just hacked the ball forward with his left boot. Didn't really go anywhere. Well done out there by, is it Ryle? Ryle on left boot. He's had a ping. I tell you what, the crowd to our right, Frosty got up and about, but it's just gone a bit too far to the left, so that's a behind. Scoresby 9-8-62, Ringwood 7-5-47.
Would have been goal of the year, I reckon. EFL goal of the year if that one had gone through.
Well, you could hear the crowd gasp behind it. You know it was good in that situation. So McCann, the designated kicker for the Redbacks, to bring the ball back into play. Under siege here a little bit. 15 points the margin in the Magpies' favour. Power flies high, couldn't take the mark. Well read by Duncan at ground level. Got the hand pass away, and the chip pass was superb into the flying arms of Nathan Hicks.
Get that permanent marker out.
Get the permanent marker out, Damo. This one's going through.
That's it. He's directly in front, 40 metres out. Surely he'll kick this one, Frosty.
I've already marked it down.
He's got 4 goals, 3, so he's been very potent up forward.
Again, quick with the run-up. This for goal number 5. The
It's
Raw
there.
tells the story.
Oh no!
Missed.
He liked it off the boot as well. He gave it the little double clap, Damo.
The crowd went quiet, so you could tell it was a behind. So Scoresby 9-9-63 lead to Ringwood 7-5-47, halfway through the third term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
They've got to put him away though, the Magpies, with the wind or the running. Can't leave the Redbacks in this as McCann will look to bring it back into play. And he's going to go out to the coach's box side with a nice right foot ball off the boot. He's looking for Jordanov. It was spoiled by Walker, who's been good this quarter, and then wraps up the running Redback there in Stephen Brown. And we'll have a ball up.
What's
Right
the buffer they're looking for, Matt? What to feel confident going into the last quarter? How far ahead would they want to be?
You almost don't want it to be too fast, so they at least try to take the game on. So that quick kick out of the pack there from Hicks is going to find its way to the hands of Scott Lang, who marks in the hole and plays on, but that doesn't look like a good kick at all. It might find its way to McCann, who lets it dribble over the boundary for a boundary throw-in.
The Redbacks' ball use is absolute chalk and cheese from the first and third quarters into the breeze compared to kicking with it. It just doesn't.
That's
all
come from
teams that have
Scoresby
kicked
pressure though.
Yeah, but all teams, when they're kicking into this breeze, their ball use has really gone awry, and they don't look to take that same intent.
It's their boundary side. Brett Beston and BWS.
Just on the breeze, boys. It's actually died right down here. It's fairly insignificant. A little bit of a gust, but not too bad.
Diezzo flew high, couldn't take the mark, crumbing the pack. It's a chance for a goal for the Magpies.
Another behind.
You got to kick those ones if you're going to prevail. That was Ryan Hicks running into the open goal. So Scoresby 9-10-64. They're peppering Ringwood 7-5-47.
Frosty's man Chadwick got the inside 50 as well. Got loose, got away from his tagger in Burmeister.
Yep. And Diezzo was the flying
Magpie.
potent forward target. So McCann to bring it back into play for the Redbacks. 19 scoring shots to 12 in favour of the Maggies. They lead by 17 points. McCann looks to the outer side towards centre half back. Flying high there was Chadwick of the Owen variety with the double fist. A couple of Redbacks besiege upon Toby Richards, and the umpire gives out a free
They've
kick.
got numbers if they move it quickly
Thompson
here.
it was. So the free kick will go the way of Justin Dyke. Gives it over to Grierson, who loops the hand pass over the top to Blythe. He's claimed it. A wonderful tackle. Mitchell Walker was brilliant. Slug into the ground and a free kick. That is a team lifting tackle.
Well, Walker's going to play on quickly, and his left foot ball doesn't look good off the boot, and isn't good off the boot in any way, shape or form, as it's landed on the chest of Calvin Gregg, and that's sort of put an anticlimax sort of kick there, as Gregg will go back to where it came from. And flying and getting a fist there is Joel Thompson towards the boundary line. Walker tries to keep it in and can't. But what a tackle that was on Jack Blythe, who's run hard all day.
It's just too predictable from Ringwood. Scoresby know they're going to send it to that coach's box side every time now. They get numbers back there. They stop them coming back through the centre of the corridor. They force a contest and ultimately a turnover.
Well, Burmeister had a free kick there, and he's chipped it in short to Michael Grierson, who started the game well, but it's faded out. He wanted his left, cut back in on into the centre, and it's a good kick to Lang. Lang's got to run there and whack. He ignores him and goes short, and that kick sat up a little bit and allowed Brongeese in, who got the spoil. Now Hare picks it up, but he's wrapped up by Harry George. Great tackle, and there's a bit of heat in this one now, Tim.
Yeah, there is. Scoresby's pressure, as you said before, has really affected the way Ringwood have been able to use the ball. It just hasn't been the same.
So it'll be a ball up, 65 out from the Ringwood goal. Haven't entered there for 50 all that often in this term. Power won the tap. Hand pass comes out from George. Wasn't really effective. Scouting the pack there well as Jackson. Got the hand pass away to his teammate in Brown. Eventually the ball tumbles out in the direction of the big man. Coming through is Dyte, who's been effective. Hand pass comes back to Jacobs. Chips it into the pocket. Eventually it's crumbed by Jackson. Unsuccessful. It was a pretty error-riddled passage of play. We'll have a ball in 45 out for the Redbacks goal.
Yep, and they'll need to make something of this, Damo. Almost into time on. Magpies 9-10, 19 scoring shots to 12. Ringwood 7-5, so it's tossed in. Hicks and Jordanov. Hicks won the tap, but running through there, it looks like Jackson. It's not. It's Burmeister who gave it off, and now it's come to Grierson on his left boot. All right, off the boot, swinging back into the padding.
That post again.
That post again. It's been a nuisance all day. Ringwood 7-6-48, trail by 16 points. Scoresby 9-10-64, and we're only 45 seconds away from time on in this third term.
Well, they do call it the Premiership quarter. It's a crucial passage of players. Brongeese kicks to himself. Chips it short towards centre half back. The mark is dropped. This could be costly. Hand pass comes from Burmeister to his teammate in Mitch Jackson. Can he capitalise? No, he can't. A lost opportunity for the Redbacks. 7-7-49. They trail Scoresby 9-10-64. Approaching time on third term. Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Let's cross down boundary side.
Really noticed an upping in the ante in intensity in this last 5 minutes, especially from the Ringwood side. After those two narrow misses from Scoresby, they've opened themselves up, but now they've let themselves down with those last two shots on goal. If they can snag one here, I tell you what, I reckon they'll be off.
Well, there's been 8 behinds this quarter as that kick comes out from Brongeese and finds DSO, who just booms it down the line. That's a big leg. He's looking for Crawsick, and he takes a good strong mark, but the umpire's pinged him for a push in the back. That's a bit harsh. Don't know whether he pushed him. I think he used his body brilliantly. Shambrook goes short and finds Greg. So the Redbacks been caught. Well, they're made to play slow here, and Greg, left foot slicing ball is good, and finds its target there in Jordanov.
Up the ground.
And Jordanov just floats it towards his target. It's going to fall out the back though for Gris, and he's on his left boot if he can reel it in, and he can't, and the trainer grabs it, hands and knees there, clean pickup. It's a throw though, mate. Go back to the boundary umpire, and we're going to have it tossed in.
So 15 points the margin. We've superseded time on in this third term. Scoresby in front. Power's been excellent in the ruck. Desio has certainly improved though in that department. Kick away for the Magpies by Cal McCotton towards centre wing. Diving on top of the football there, and claimed was Jordanov. He returns the favour on his opponent in Cal McCotton. Will have a ball up, true centre wing position.
There is that Tigers fan who didn't get a ticket to the G. Poor bloke. Look at him, not happy about it either.
Good afternoon, Warren Owen, it is.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Frosty knows everyone. We're back in motion once again. Wade McCotton tried to break through the pack. He was unsuccessful. Still a chance for the Magpies if they can clear the zone. They can't quite, and we'll have yet another stoppage.
They've definitely evened up around the contest, Ringwood, in this last 5 minutes or so.
So Desio again contesting against Power. It's the former who won the tap. It falls to ground. Ryan Hicks is tackled effectively there by Mitch Farmer. We'll have yet another stalemate.
So it's a 15-point lead for the Magpies. They'd like at least one more. Tossed up. Good fly from Jordan. I've used his run and jump, and he got it back off a deflection and hacked it forward. It's a good kick in the end because Hill should get there, and they wrap up Toby Richards, who stole the ball off him. It's a 3-man tackle. And umpire Morgan comes in and says, I'll have it, boys. And we'll toss it up in the centre of the ground. Well done by Jordanov.
Hope you're enjoying the broadcast too. 98.1 FM or streaming live efl.org.au.
Around the globe, Jordanov won the tap, but Hicks got the clearance and he hacks it forward. Shambrook drops back in the hole, but he's called out of it by Scott Lang. He's taken a lot of those marks today. It's his footwork that's been a bit dodgy, and this kick's popped up in the air. It's dangerous, but it gets to its target. And it's a good mark taken by Declan Hill. Got to move it quickly. Goes short to Blythe, who loves to play on. He's held up by Chadwick. Knows he wants his left side, Chadwick. Very smart. Blocked him up. So Blythe will eventually get there, but his kicks to a 1-on-2. But Jordanov does well. Won the contest, but couldn't take the mark. And Mitchell Walker's going to get a free kick for in the back. A bit Tiggy Touchwood there from umpire Sully, but it's been given to Mitchell Walker, and he's got it now on right half back for the Scoresby Magpies.
Cross down.
That's it, boundary side. Ben Warren Smith.
I reckon Jordanov was pretty stiff there. It looked like there might have been a bit of holding on him, and then he's given one away.
Chip pass out wide, went through the hands of Chadwick. Could be costly. Cairns breaks away for the Redbacks. Kick towards full forward. It's across the teeth of goals. Bounces over the line in the opposite pocket. Will have the ball in deep inside Ringwood's 50.
Big chance for the Redbacks here.
Oh, they need to capitalise, don't they? Just against the breeze, it'll be fantastic for them. 15 points the margin. Magpies in front. Top of the table clash. Division 3 footballs. You go local for your footy. Power won the tap. Forced it to the top of the goal square. The Magpies have the numbers as Ryan Hicks will see it over the line. Jumping over the top was Jacobs. Free kick.
High tackle, I believe.
So is that against Jacobs on Hicks?
Scoresby free.
Scoresby free, high tackle.
So Ryan Hicks will be the recipient here, deep inside the defensive 50 for the Maggies. He'll chip it short. Along the boundary line they go, and the mark's taken by Milligan, who's played well in patches. He'll go along with the right foot, sends a high ball towards the broadcast wing. Affecting the spoil there is Lang for the Redbacks. Taken out the back, a good reading of the play by Wack. He was dispatched over the line as he got his kick away, and it's out on the full as a consequence. So Milligan will take the free kick for Scoresby between half-back and centre wing.
Yep, here he is. Went a lot of out in the fulls today on our side of the ground. Just got it over the man on the mark in Blythe there to Milligan. And Lang flies high. Couldn't break the mark down, but a quick handball out of there. Nicely done by, I think there it was Harry George. And we're going to have a ball up as Crawsick gets sat on by Scott Lang, who's been good at intercept marking today, the big fella. Probably needs to look to handball more off though, rather than take those left foot kicks through the middle. DSO wins the tap, slaps it out, but it's straight to Mitch Farmer, who bursts away. He's missing his brother to kick to, so he goes short instead, looking for and finding Zach Callanan. And Callanan just takes off, runs around onto the right boot, drills it to the top of the square, looking for, couldn't find Declan Hill. A good strong mark taken back there. I can't quite see who it is. Who is it? Sorry, Jones? I don't think it's... Is it Jones? I'm not sure, but it's a good strong mark. And they're going to walk it away here. And they find now 2 Jones, so it couldn't have been him, and he's taken high there.
Did he duck the head?
Well, I think he was going for the footy. That one, you got to give that one. Protect the head. Jones takes off, and the umpire says, come on, mate, I've given you one, at least stop. So it was a tackle there from Stephen Brown. So Bradley Jones now. Right back pocket now for the Magpies. He's going to just have to go long down the line. Pops it up in the air. Looking for Hicks, who flies high and puts the jukes out and takes a good mark. Right in front of Besto and BWS, and he chips it in the middle, looking for Richards. DSO put his man off the footy, and Jordanov does well. Got the handball through. They're away here through Burmeister. Burmeister drills the low ball onto the chest of the leading forward there in Declan Hill. And he'll go back and line up for about 35 out directly in front, and this could really hurt the Magpies, Tim.
Yeah, terrific composure there. He didn't blaze away, saw the leading target up forward, and that's really how you've got to play into the breeze. Scoresby, you've got to look to do that in the last quarter, because we didn't see that at all from him in the second quarter.
He could have been tempted to the handball off to a couple more senior figures running through there, Burmeister, but did the right thing, drilled it onto the chest of Declan Hill.
Big kick.
Who strolls in. Kick looks pretty good off the boot. Has it got the journey? I think it does. No, touched on the line by Joel Thompson. Well done. Callanan doing his best to shepherd it over the line. Joel Thompson does very, very well to touch it right on the paint. So another behind. 7-8. Oh, it's quickly brought in. I can't even do the score, Damo. It's 7-8, 59, 10-64. You go.
Bronze Geest looks out towards right half back. And Scoresby will work it through the corridor. DSO takes the mark at centre field, looks towards the broadcast side at centre half forward. The kick didn't really hit a target. It was fumbled there by Lucas at the back for the Redbacks. Now that could be a high tackle there against Wack. And Wack by name, Wack by nature, sees a free kick in the arms of Dale Hare.
I'm backing him from here. What do you reckon, Frosty? Do I get the pen out?
Get numbers on the line, it'll fall just short.
Oh, here we go.
Well, Dale,
Tim, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it'll fall just short as well. But he's a beautiful kick at the footy.
he's yet to kick a goal today, Dale Hare. He's kicked 10 in the last 2 weeks.
He kicked the first of this term, don't
I did. There we go. I don't have a pen. Someone stole my pen.
That's why.
Dale Hare will be kicking from 55 metres, almost directly in front. Can he put his imprimatur on the game? Not really, because he's kicked a minus score.
Got the distance, though.
He's given it a good roost, hasn't he?
Scoresby move on to 9-11-65. They lead Ringwood 7-8-50 on the cusp of three-quarter time. Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
They've really got to look to trap it in here, Scoresby, and get another one before this last break. We saw what Ringwood were able to do with the breeze in the second quarter, so they definitely would like another one before three-quarter time.
It's been still pretty good this third term here. Up the ground a bit more, Damo, getting a bit more of the footy as McCann brings it in. Goes long out to that left half-back flank, and it's slapped through, and they've got it through to Cairns, who took on one tackler and did really well. Got the handball through to Farmer, who burst through a couple more. His handball over the top to Brown, who misses his target going the look-away handball, and it's come to Crawsick, who goes short into the pocket. Couldn't find the tripping over Hicks, who was on hands and knees. Wack just whacks it there down the line. Looking for him, Farmer. Oh, sorry, Jacobs flew, and he's going to get a free kick for unrealistic attempt. So it's a free kick here for the Magpies on centre wing. They're taking their time and long down the line towards Hicks again, who's shoved in the back there. No free kick as Lang let it go over the back. Crawsick will keep it in. No, it's run out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Hicks unlucky not to get a shove in the back there. 28.5 minutes gone here in the third term. Scoresby Magpies 9-11-65. Lead by 15 points. Ringwood 7-8-50. We're going to cross down to BWS.
Mulgrave lead Upper Fenchurch Gully by 4 points deep in the third term. Brash saying they should be 4 goals plus up as well. Keep an eye on that game.
Oh, what an upset that is as you go local.
Division 2, just a series, or not a series, a couple of upsets.
Also, boys, another one in third term. Nunawading are only down by 18 points in the third term to Coldstream.
Bit of a falcon there as well from the throw-in.
So we're back in motion once again. Farmer socketed off the ground. It's left half back here for the Redbacks, but the Magpies turned it over. Blythe flew high, couldn't quite take the mark. This is a crucial stage of the game. McCotton gets the hand pass out to Milligan. His kick was smothered. Chadwick dives on top of the football, gets the hand pass out. The Magpies inside there, forward 50, they're deep. Hicks couldn't quite take it on the half volley. As a consequence, we'll see it over deep in the forward pocket for the Maggies. And there's the free quarter time siren. So hopefully we're set up for a grandstand finish, giving Ringwood kicking with the breeze, or in fact, yes, with the breeze in the final term. So Scoresby 9-11-65 lead Ringwood at the final change, 7-8-50 in the top of the table Division 3 clash. With the goal kickers, Matty Fody.